Hello and welcome everybody! This is your host, Learbach, and you're just in time for more of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. In the last episode, we start off our adventure getting the backstory for Sly Cooper, Bentley the turtle, not sure if he had his last name, and Murray the hippopotamus. Again, I'm not sure you ever learned that's name. And we start off our first chapter, as well as our first level in the chapter, and our second level, I guess, technically speaking, is going to count the intro level as the first level. So yeah, in this episode we're going to do our second level, and possibly even third and fourth. So one of the things I want to mention, we have a choice once we beat our next level, and we can unlock the rest of this world so we can go through it. Or we can go ahead and beat all the levels we can now, then unlock, and then just finish the level that we need to do. Because we only need 2 keys to unlock the rest of the map. We will need all the keys to fight the boss, though.
Temperature's reading way off the charts in here. This must be the power source for the storm machine.
Those vaults, those little mini vaults, always contains two
Dude, this
codes.
is the vault, but you need more clues.
Yeah, last episode I was talking, you can't access the vaults here unless you have all the clues. I was randomly trying to press circle, wasn't working. Ouch. That hurt. They saw what not to do against those guys.
Better close those furnace doors. Jump and press the square button. That'll slam them shut.
Before I go, further. Ouch. Don't make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Sly, see that machine wheel? If my knowledge of mechanical engineering serves me right, applying significant rotational torque to achieve maximum velocity will yield a positive result.
You mean something good might happen if I can get the wheel to spin fast enough?
Isn't that what I just said?
Now, that's interesting he said that there, because usually he says that at the beginning in the hub world when we're on the first wheel getting ready to go into this level. So it's kind of interesting that he would say that now. That one. Third of the way through. Excuse me. Smack him up. Okay, I don't think we missed anything. Although those up there will begin later on. Actually, I think we're beginning right now, actually. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any bottles. Coins you can miss all day long, and coins aren't very important. They don't get important until the second and third slice of the game when they actually use to buy stuff. Right now, they're just using a way to get an extra life or an extra hit. Which, yeah, that's cool, but, you know. Okay, and let's do some code bombs up here. About halfway through, and if I got everything. That means about halfway through the level as well, theoretically speaking. It could be a disproportionate amount of bottles in the level. In fact, there probably are. You know, in the beginning of the level there's like 10, or at the end of the level there's like 20, so technically the first could be, the halfway point could be 20, I don't know. One thing I'm going to say is, regardless of whether or not we get all the code bottles, we're not going to be backtracking through this level, since the vault is at the beginning of the level. It's a lot easier just to go back. Just go back and replay the level. Okay, so we need to do this very carefully. And there we go. That. Helen, 24. Trying to see if there's any way I can bring it up. Nope. Nope. Yeah, it's dark. Oop, that is not a good idea. My defense, the red background and the arrow kind of lines the yellow, and even the red to an extent. Go, we got all that. We'll grab that and leave the level. We come right back in so we can get the Thievius Raccoonus page. Ooh. I apologize for that. My alarm went off my phone. In case anyone's wondering, that is a remix of Chai Kingdom from Mario Bros. 3. It's one of my favorite songs, probably in video games, period. Such a good song. It's okay, so. Oh, that was just dumb of me right there.
Press the circle to enter the vault.
Okay.
I'm unbeatable! No code can stand before me! It's got to be 579!
Go.
These are the blueprints of Raleigh's entire operation. I wonder... Yes! I can wire this info directly into your binocucom. It'll show you the position of nearby clues and breakable objects.
So yeah, so that makes finding clue bottles a lot easier now. And also breakable objects. So, let's see if we see some breakables right there. But what we can do is we can leave through that doorway that there, or just go straight to the hub world, push the next button, or we can just switch to any other level that we've already been to. That is done by hitting select. You can also go to from the start menu to view map. You can also go way back to the hideouts. That's the level. That's the chapter select screen. You can just get out of this progress. Real quick, I'm gonna see if this. Yep. So it shows us some breakable objects here. It shows the windows. So yeah, it's a little difficult to see, but you know, they don't want to make the game too easy. Get that the horseshoe. We could go back down here and get that horseshoe that was down there at the entrance of the hub. If we can get those guys without alerting them for a second. Later variants they get a little easier because they're a little more, I guess, easier to see. Just kind of like easier to make out what parts of them are what. That makes any sense?
Jackpot, Sly! Look at all this stuff. Must be worth millions. And you know what that means? Tighter security. You're gonna have to be extra sneaky to get the treasure key here.
The green right there is for the clue bottles. Now, like I said, I'm not gonna focus too much on trying to get up everything 100%. Probably because if we do, we'll be here all day, and also it's not really worth it. I mean, it's awesome to get to behind the scenes commentary sort of thing and all that, but it's also like really annoying trying to get all the things, and also like YouTube this. Oh, that's great. Okay. Did not expect to die on that part. I think you do keep everything you got if you die, so that's good. Doing code bottles of coin. You keep just coins to do your set on the field. That was very close. You got a one, you get a health, a horseshoe. This, you're going to want to move. There we go. We're going to get behind stuff. Dang it! Ouch. Okay, so we'll get behind the statues, little. Oh, that is bogus. Ah. Okay. Let's try this again. Give me one of those always, isn't it? Yeah. I gotta blame that one on myself. That was more of my patience wearing thing. This is probably gonna be what gets me 99% of the time in this game. I think you can jump over the laser. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So it might actually be easier for us to dodge instead of trying to hide. Dodge. There's the code vault over there. So 3 times 3. Code bottle. We got some more guys. We got these ground pound guys. Belly floppers. You get the life. I do believe if you die, the lives also respawn. So it might be a good idea to like. A good way to like farm. The only thing is a way for us to get up top this way, so we have to kind of do it long. We can't cheese. Ooh, I almost thought I triggered the wrong. Sly Cooper cannot swim. Did I not have a horseshoe? Oh. Crap, I would not make that jump. Ouch. As you can tell, the belly floppers are a little harder to hit than the normal guys, just because, you know, you gotta wait for them to land to hit them. Fortunately, they're pretty dumb. It's only 63 out now. Where's it go? Whew. I almost thought it was Ancient Warrior Grave. Yeah, much like a lot of other video game protagonists, Sly Cooper cannot swim. And this is a problem that persists through the entirety of the game franchise. I'm sure he knows people who can swim and have diving equipment and everything, but nope. I don't think Sly Cooper ever swims.
Remember, Sly, hold down the circle button near the blue stealth auras to perform super sneaky thief moves.
Again, I'm gonna attribute that to my poor eyesight. I did not see the lasers until it was absolutely, positively too late to do anything about it. And we're already at the end, and we're somehow missing 10. Oh no, we're not missing 10, so there's 2 back here, right? Yeah, so we're missing 8. Leads me to wonder where the other 8 are. Oh well, we're not gonna worry about it right now. I know we could probably look it up easily and, you know, whatever. We could like use the binoculars to look it up. Like I said, I'm not going for 100%. We're just going for as much as we can. That was not how that was supposed to go. I don't know what happened there, but Sly did not jump like he should have. Fortunately, we can get our life back here. I believe there's another life in that window. I'm gonna go through this the normal way. Ooh. I almost thought I hit those thorns. One thing I want to mention real quick while it's in my mind. I went on vacation last week. That's because this is recording, not necessarily last week when this airs. There's a few other videos. I think 141 is still uploading at the time. But anyway, I went on vacation 2 weeks ago, to Florida. The only reason you want to go to Florida, Disney World or Universal Studios. And one thing I want to kind of question, like, why hasn't there been a Briar Rabbit show? I mean, I understand, like, Song of the South is, like, a racist kind of thing, but the cartoon within the movie, the Briar Rabbit stuff, that's not really all that racist. And a lot of people never hear them talk about it. They always talk about the whole tar baby thing, which, yeah, no, that's not really racist, because it's a literal baby made out of tar, and it's not at all, like, denigrating the race, but even taking that out, that's, like, the only real racist thing. The only thing I'd say is, like, it's very southern, especially looking at something like, say, Splash Mountain, which, obviously, the reason why I'm thinking about Briar Rabbit is Splash Mountain. For those of you who don't know, Splash Mountain is one of the 3 mountains in the Magic Kingdom and 4 mountains in Disneyland proper, the California version of Magic Kingdom, or, you know, vice versa, depending on how you see things. But it's one of the 4 legendary mountains. You got like Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, the Matterhorn in Disneyland, Mount Everest in the Animal Kingdom, and Splash Mountain, one of the legendary splash rides. You know, you go through the water, go through this like water log, you go up the mountain, down, and splash. You know, all characters singing zippity doo dah, zippity day, mile mile, a wonderful day. And like I said, there's nothing inherently racist about the cartoons. And again, I understand like why Song of the South isn't being talked about. Although I think Disney should still re-release it with like one of those disclaimers at the beginning, like, hey, this is made at a different time. Please note that this is not, you know, some of the imagery, some of the stuff in here was no longer, acceptable in society or whatever. Like I said, at the very least, you could re-air the cartoons. And even make I could even see like a little slice of life story from it. Like I've been watching, I think one of the Disney Humor shows, Amphibia, I think, about a young girl who gets transported into a world where frogs are the dominant life. I think it's basically just a slice of life. It's basically the same thing. Like, what if we did the stories from the Briar Patch, but instead of various woodland critters living in a briar patch, all of which are named Briar, whatever their animal name is. You got Briar or Briar Rabbit, Briar Fox, Briar Wolf, etc., etc. And instead of being mostly southern, instead of being 99% southern, it's mostly southern. It's somewhat southern. That's not mostly southern. It's somewhat southern instead of being mostly southern. There we go. But that was just me. That was like the entire time I was going through that ride, like watching this whole thing. Like, why isn't this a show? Why didn't we try to recapitalize on this show? I mean, again, I understand the whole Song of the South thing, but no one's gonna care about the cartoon. No one's gonna think the cartoon's racist, and even if they do, you can say, well, this is a new version of it, made for a modern era. Hopefully, with all that pesky racism crap taken out, which I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to say that racism is good, but considering the new Dumbo movie and the differences between that and the old Dumbo movie, at least gave the old Dumbo movie something to work with, as opposed to the new one, which is just boring and whitewashed. Hell, I'd say actually the new movies are probably more racist because they took out the racism. And instead of replacing it with anything, they just whitewashed it essentially. So it's almost like more denigrating. Because looking back at Dumbo too, like, especially, I know this is probably this. I know, like, me being a straight white male, privileged or whatever, even though I'm in a low pay bracket, I'm still privileged. And I understand there's like systemic problems and everything, but like, honestly, like, looking back at the crows from Dumbo, like, I can't really. I mean, again, this is me being a white male, so I can't really speak for how true it is. I was public school raised, so public school basically like, racism used to be a thing until the Civil War happened, and now we don't worry about it anymore. And then civil rights happened, and we don't worry about it anymore. And but what I was done with Dumbo, let me put this way. What I was done with the new 2019, 2018, or whatever year the new Dumbo movie came out, I think it was this year, I would have still kept the crows, but I would have made them less racist. I would have gotten black actors to voice them instead of white actors, and made them more diverse. But that's just what I was like, instead of flat out taking them out of the movie, like they did in the new one, I would have kept them in, but like, instead of making them racist characters, which, again, me being white, I'm not sure how much, me being white and born in the 80s, like the tail end of the 80s, raised in the 90s, I can't really say how racist they were, because to me they just look like Southern, they just sound like Southern characters. like Southern men. I can't really explain it, but yeah. I will say, naming your character Jim Crow,
Well, here's a real test for
yeah, that does kind of paint a pretty clear picture there. So probably one, give him a different name.
Shoot myself out of that cannon.
2, make them less racist by giving them more diverse.
Now you're talking.
3-dimensional personalities.
Anyway, to get inside that thing, you had to steal all 7 of
And
Raleigh's
3,
treasure
have them all
keys.
voiced
So
by
what are we waiting for?
the
You show me
by.
those hollow what's-its?
I won't say necessarily have to be voiced by black actors if they're like just because they're black crows, like you know. But if you're gonna portray them as black characters, yeah, probably get them voiced by black actors, or if you like, you know, get ethnically appropriate actors for who you want them to be. So yeah, that's showing off that doesn't like that there. But again, like I said, I'm a white guy. Even, and I know like even in my poor pay, in my low pay bracket, I'm still like privileged as all hell. Like I've gotten out of tickets, I don't know how many times, which is weird to me because I've gotten tickets. I've gotten 2 tickets before in my entire life, but I've gotten out of. No, only 2. Oh, I've only been pulled over 4 times in my life. For most people, that would be considered lucky. For me, I'd consider that a feat. The fact that how careful I do drive. I mean, it does make sense though. I drive a bike, moped. Technically a motorcycle, but it's legally classified as a motorcycle. So if you ask me, I'm gonna say, oh yeah, no, totally, I drive a motorcycle. One thing you can do if you want to avoid those guys and not kill them, you can just kind of hide away and they'll eventually start walking back in their own path. Anyway, all that uncomfortableness aside of me talking about stuff I clearly shouldn't be talking about in any format whatsoever, we have 3 more levels to complete. I believe this is 3. Let me check here. Oh. No, 2. Okay, so you got that there and that there. I thought we had another. Got that. Okay, so you have 2 more levels complete and then the boss. I'm gonna say that for the next episode. So until then, I'll see you guys later.